Alright guys, wanted to do a quick video. One, this is going to be just some equipment that we have here. Two, my new toy, the AmScope. Going to run through it real quick. Computer system, everybody's got one. Everybody needs one. This one's just an Asus i7, dual monitors on that. Nothing spectacular. I do use the Hakko FM203. It's got the micro solder tweezers on it. It has the pencil tips. I do have a cheap one here if I need to use it as a backup only. I do not. It's a great soldering station, but if you're doing micro stuff, I do not recommend that for that. And this is my new baby here. It is a stereoscopic with a camera port on the top of it, so you can plug a camera into it. The nice thing about this scope is when you use the camera on it, you don't have a lever. Some of them have a lever that you got to flip on it, and it takes away one of your optics, so you can only see through one of them so the camera can view it. This one doesn't. This one looks straight through and you can view whatever you're working on at the time. Cheapo screwdriver set, some spudgers, I've got some solder, paste, I've got flux, I've got acetone, I've got all my tweezer sets here. Using a oscilloscope that I got. That's a $400 oscilloscope. Use hot air just to loosen up the screens. We've got a new hot air station ordered in for doing reflow work. I have used this before. Not the best, but it works in tight situations. Using a knockoff power supply from eBay. Do have the connectors on here for all of the iPhones. That is very handy to have when you're doing diagnostics. Using this Monster power supply here, and that's just for power management for all the plugs that are plugged into the back of it. Over here I've got all of my solder-in stuff, onboard IC stuff, chips, and all that I keep over here on this shelf. I do keep a printer over here by my desk. Over here we got a bunch of iPad screens. On this wall, and this is our main wall here. Move this out of the way here. We do have all of our Apple parts, all of our Samsung parts. Spent a lot of money on those parts there. This was the old scope that I was using. It's on another technician's desk now. He can look at just the connectors and stuff like that if he needs to clean those off and everything. We do use a digital ultrasonic cleaner here. If you do not have an ultrasonic cleaner, I suggest that you invest in those. Personally, everybody will say that ultrasonic cleaners, they're kind of like soldering irons. You need the best one. We've used this one. It's a little bit bigger than a jewelry ultrasonic cleaner. It's got a huge tray in it. But we use this one here. It's worked great for us. It has definitely paid for itself. We have put boards in this that we can't find anything wrong with them, clean them, and they magically start working. Don't have any problems with them. Dust off air. We keep a lot of air around here. So just what's cool about this scope, you can tell somebody that it is an amazing scope, that you get a stereoscopic view, but until you actually look through one versus a microscope that's USB that you're looking on a screen with, there is no comparison. I mean, let me see if I got this in focus right now. I can see if I can put this up to the lens here and show you what I'm looking at right now. Let me see if it'll even pick it up. I got this to do this the other day. I don't know if it will. There it goes. So I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm looking at, this mess right here that I've got to clean up right above the front camera connector. But until you actually look through one of these, there is no comparison to a USB microscope. This will give you such depth of field. It's like if you got on a microscopic level and you're walking around over here on this table like this and you peer over and you're looking at stuff. It is just completely amazing. I do use an attachment. This is probably El Cheapo. You guys are probably laughing at me, some of the people that do these repairs. But they do have a sharp tip on the end of them. I don't think that it will focus on this tip. for probing. And when you probe something that's really, really small, these tips look small and pointy, but they are ginormous underneath a microscope, and you'll hit like 5 or 6 components trying to get in there just to do that. So that's a rundown of the tools that I use. If you're going to invest in anything starting this business out, one, get you some product, some inventory. Doesn't have to be a lot, just enough. The most famous ones that are out there, you know, the iPhones and the Samsungs. Get you some screens. Get you some donor boards that you can take stuff off of that, you know, still work. Invest in a decent soldering iron. It doesn't have to be an $800 soldering iron like I have. It can be a $70, $80, $100. You can get the Hackos for $100 now for a single soldering iron. Get pencil tips on it. Definitely get pencil tips. Don't get the standard size. Get the tiny tips that come with them. Get you some extra tips, flathead tips and stuff like that for it. So invest in a good soldering iron. Definitely get you a scope. This one with the light, the eyepieces, and 2 lenses will run you right at $680, $690, something like that is what I paid for this. Comes with the stand already on it with the articulating arm, so you can push it in and out. You can get movement on it like that. You can turn the head on it. You can swivel it and all that stuff. So it's got a bunch of different adjustments. Comes with the light and everything. So that will be an amazing investment. You will, if you've soldered before and you've never done soldering with a stereoscopic microscope and you've done decent work, once you get that stereoscopic, you will wonder how you ever even soldered that good without one of those. So I definitely recommend that. Get you a good multimeter. You definitely want a good multimeter to use. Something where you can test all your resistance, your capacitance, look for short to ground, all that stuff as well. Don't necessarily need an oscilloscope. That's kind of just, I have it just because I've done some engineering. Definitely want to get a power supply, a reliable power supply, not one that's going to be finicky and flip out on you. So I just want to make this video short. My phone's ringing as well, so I just wanted to let you guys know. And if you have any questions, comments, please like and subscribe. And we will see you in the next video.